Dus dan richt jij je op deze. En ik kan hem dan draaien, ja.
Yes. How to draw
Moet ik hem uitzoomen of ja.
Nee, zo is
Nou, Isabel, what's your question?
How to draw a tent.
A tent.
A tent.
And I'm gonna, let's say, I found this banana. Can you show the banana? And I found it, let's say, interesting because it's connected. Isabel, then I'm gonna ask, let's say, I'm gonna try out and you're gonna film me. This is your sketch. What I miss, you have persons with it, that's good, but it's not clear. It's the size that it gives, it shows that this is human, and I can see how big he is, so how big the tent is. So this is, let's say, 180 minus, it's 3 times, so that's around 6 meter, is that all correct?
Yes.
6, 7, okay. But I want to know, is the tent, let's say, it's doing like this with you? That's the wind, or let's say construction, almost like an umbrella. That the construction is, let's say, going up. Yeah. Another version I saw yesterday, that was from the other group, is going down. But somehow, what I sense is that yours is connected over here. Is this, let's say, do you want to have this construction that is hanging? No, that's not a good sketch. Hanging construction, like in the Efteling. Or is it a hard construction? Yeah. So it has volume.
Yeah.
Is it stiff? Is it hard material?
It's like with wires, like steel.
Aha. Okay. So okay.
So that way it can be rounded.
Yeah. Okay. The form, is that the correct form? Is the free form?
Free form.
Do you had more? I'm gonna pick them out. And I think it's interesting that you are. Now we've got, let's say, the construction is itself. So what's touching the ground is the construction. But in this one, you had, let's say, in the middle, you had a construction leaning. Funny thing, oh, that's over here, then over and then here, over there. What shall we use? What do you like to use?
I think this is more realistic.
Okay, so you need some extra
I
elements.
think so.
Okay, but you wish this.
Yes.
Then we continue with this, and maybe we do one over here. Maybe we can use then in the design. We can use it for something. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna check out materials. First, I think it's interesting to think about the point of view, and that's why I do it. Let's say if you got your form, I'd like to look maybe under a little bit. Yeah. I start a little bit with a circle. Horizon over here. Is it in between the trees?
Yes.
Yeah, in the park. I first have to analyze it a little bit. How I think your form. You're gonna use this. I see over here one. Maybe smaller. And I see another one. This is what I'm gonna use. Is it okay? And then I put a point over here. Yeah. Then I'm gonna use this one for the construction. The other one is, let's say, another form. And then maybe something like this. Yeah. Over here. Okay. So I need. Then I can start all over. I need 2 circles. Ellipse. A big one and a small one. And I'm looking under. I'm thinking loud, huh? And a biggie one.
I can't see the drawing paper.
Okay.
A little bit more to Victor.
Oh, that's yeah. Yeah, thanks. Even kijken. That's the center. First the point, and then I'm doing like this. So you can analyze, okay? Example. free form, yeah, but based on something. I'm looking in, so the first thing I'm going to do, let's say it's daytime, the sun is shining on it. Yeah? The other one from under. So I'm a little bit higher, but also looking on the top. Now we've got almost the same composition. But maybe what I'm doing, I'm giving a little bit this more space. Put it in the front. So to enlarge the circle over here, to give it more the feeling I'm in. Yeah? So I started, let's say, too dark, but okay. I'm shading it for the moment, for example. And that's interesting, if you make it as a maquette, you have to test it with light. Yeah? Oh, that's a pity, because this construction is exactly in this line, but I want to show it. Let's say I give it, let's say, an extra element, and maybe it's a seat for people, or a bar, or whatever, yeah? You can use this element. Okay. Scale people, that's correct, huh? Is there something to do? Can you just wait for the rain, or is it,
Marketplace.
a marketplace? So there, the table, which you had with the points, now it doesn't need, let's say, a roof, because it's a roof already. Yeah? Okay, marketplace. Now I want you to use the light source, so if people are been to the market with 2 bags, they're entering the sun. Yeah? So inside they are shaded. You can give the feeling a little bit like this. The contrast you had, that was good. Looking back. But the pointy form, you have to find out which angle is most interesting to look at. Yeah? Not too dark, then it becomes too somber. But let's say if you do it really in contrast, let's say that is really black over here, then it's midsummer and it's 12 o'clock almost. Then you've got park elements, maybe seats to sit on, that people can watch the market, trash cans, what do we have, with a dog waiting, sitting over here, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and we are in a park, so there were more, let's say, ways, constructions, maybe there's some water, I don't know, is there a lake? Yeah, so you can use the reflection. Somebody walking here, so you need sometimes something to have a reflection, you see? Fishing. Now I'm gonna put some trees around, park feeling. And I choose, let's say, points which are not hiding all the time, but not also, let's say, that you are crossing over. Sometimes the trees are over here. Not too much. So you give it context now. I'm going to show you what maybe can be ugly, because I need this point to show. This is one of the design elements. And you can say, oh, this is falling shadow from the trees, don't make it too dark. But I think it's interesting that you don't sense that, oh, it's the leaves are bending around. But maybe you can, let's say, leave it open, but also hide it a little bit. Still sense it, you see? Yep. Okay, number 1. The tree is also in shadow. And now you give it context and a little bit depth. Okay. It's too dark, but let's say this is the effect. The other thing is, what I'm doing now, I'm isolated a little bit, let's say, this element. So I'm not paying so much attention now to the trees. And I think this better. Or maybe like this. Cut out. Yeah, so you can, but I do with framing, you can do also with drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're gonna, let's say, make a quick small one, let's say from night scene, and then there's a market, let's say, and so the light comes from inside. Free form. So now I turn it around. So the light, let's say, and that's interesting if you have a maquette as well. And again, it's about contrast. Version. Some trees. Tree in front. See already how it works? The contrast. So the roof now is dark. It's nighttime, so I create, let's say, all the white is from going inside from the building. It's a little bit like Hansel and Gretel. People over there, and they give also a little shade, like a marketplace. Now you sense already, I hope, inside, let's say, shadowing. I make contrast, so the light is inside. Lit up, so shadow. Yeah. So they're entering, let's say, a light source, and you can say there's bubbles are giving the light. I did it also with Thomas's work. But now these are a source. Yeah. But harsh shadow is, let's say, not negative, but let's say gives an effect. Yeah. Okay. Is there something to play with? So I think it's composition, but maybe I should have gone with this one a little bit more low, so I could go under. I'm not in, I'm outside, giving only context. Okay.